Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Criminal, issue number 2. Alright, let's get right into this, because this is a weird book. There's a whole lot of weird to unpack. This is by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, the writer and artist, respectively, and the colors by Jacob Phillips. This issue is called Bad Weekend. So basically it's about a guy named Hal, and he's this famous comic book dude, and he's assigned this cat named Jacob to help him out. And to help him out in the sense of he's got to get from this comic book convention to that comic book convention. During the comic book conventions, he's got to meet up with certain people. He's got to be at certain appointments, be at his table, be there for pictures, whatever, all that good stuff. Help him to get situated at his apartment, his hotel, and make sure that he doesn't have too many beers, I guess, because this guy's, I won't say he's a wreck, but he's kind of all over the place. And I'm really glad that at the end of this comic book, there was a disclaimer basically said this is not based off of anything. It's based off a whole bunch of different aspects of different people in the comic book industry. And I'm glad they did that, because the whole time I'm thinking, is Brubaker just making fun of Mr. Jim Steranko? Because there's a bunch of incidents, not quite this much. That would be a lot to attribute to him. If he slapped a famous creator in the face, practically knocking him over, then I think, that I would have been like, no, this is just way too many similarities. In case you guys are wondering, there was a time Jim Steranko actually gave this story where Bob Kane, the creator of Batman, according to all legal documents, the guy who took most of the credit for what Bill Finger mostly did as far as Batman's creation, this cat, he went up to, there was a bunch of people around, and Jim Steranko was there, and this guy, Bob Kane, turns around and cuffs him on the side of the head, good, like that, just one of those little, hey, it's good seeing you, Jim, baby, like that, and then he walks out. He leaves so quickly that Jim is just like, what? He didn't understand what the heck just happened. And he tried to just let it go. He tried to sleep that night. He couldn't sleep. So the next day, he hunted the dude down. He finally found Bob freaking Kane and cuffed him freaking face so hard he practically bowled him over. And he's like, hey, take it easy, Bob, baby. The stories this guy tells is the best. The absolute best, man. Oh, my God. So, and you can find a lot of that stuff on YouTube, dude. So definitely go check out some Jim Steranko, man. Wow. Jim Steranko's stories. Anyhow, so, this isn't actually based off anybody, but just stories like that. That's what this kind of reminds me of. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of different stories in here, a bunch of short stories that are all completely related. The one thing that isn't related is that this doesn't have anything to do with issue number 1. That completely threw me off. From the first panel of the first page, I'm like, what the frick is happening here? What's going on? And literally, I stopped reading. I started flipping forward. What's going on? I flipped all the way to the end. Sorry. I'm like, what the frick is going on? Went back and just read the book. I mean, it's my book. I'm going to read it. So, yeah, I read the whole thing, but it's just weird because, the story from the previous issue didn't have anything to do with this one. Now, again, you read the back of the book, and there's another form of a disclaimer there. We did tell you this book would be unpredictable, right? So, okay. So this story seemingly has absolutely nothing to do with the previous story. The trick is, I think that it does. I think that it does, and by the final issue, if not sooner, then we're going to find out how it's all related. Dude's looking for somebody to steal from a rich dude. I get the very distinct feeling that the kid that is a kid who's brought up, and it's that one kid from the previous issue who pretends to be that one wrestler. I can't remember his name right now. That one former wrestler dude, his nephew or his grandson or something like that. Yeah, grandson, I think it was. Anyway, that's what I think is going to happen. But what the heck do I know? I just read the comic books. I don't make them. So this was very off-putting because it seemingly had nothing to do with the previous issue. But that's just what it is. Once you get past that idea, and it is a hard idea to get past, but once you get past that, it's actually a pretty good comic book. Hope you enjoy. All right, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.